Hey, it's Levack and guys. I'm officially in Clarksville, Tennessee. Landed in Nashville yesterday. Hung out with the reigning executive of the AF1 of the year, Greg Pogue and Gary Compton and Jared DeGroff. And then today I got to hang out with Christy McEwen and Jerry Kurz. It's guys. It's been an adventure already.
I have so many queer people may not that we truly honestly like to do this on the air. Like Levack and I are friends, but I'd like to know like how my friend's doing. But what, 30 seconds, 2 minutes before the show, I'm like, oh, don't tell me about it. Just hit the microphone. Like what I should as a human.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, Ryan Seacrest. Okay, let's start with that. For the audio audience, Levack has an awesome new watch on. Tell us about that story of that watch you're rocking right now.
So Jerry Kurz is a tradition that he has watches made for the championship games. So this is my second watch, my second Kurz watch, and I've made a commitment to actually wear it, but now I have to remember how to tell time, and I have to remember how to set a watch. But I'm gonna wear it for this week because obviously it's a big deal, and I have my ring on.
It's an interesting finger. It's on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I need one for the thumb. I had this one sized for my middle finger without even realizing it, and now that I've actually been losing weight, it only fits. It doesn't. It falls off every other finger. So that's what it is. But last night, real quick, we went through everything. We got here, got situated in the room, go down to the hotel bar, to talk to Greg Pogue and to talk to Gary Compton and all that. And I come around Greg Pogue he's a radio guy. Like he does his own radio show down here in the Nashville area, and so we've been busting each other's stones hard. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk in with the ring on because we got it against Nashville last year. So I come around the corner and Coach Arbet is talking to Gary Compton. So I'm like, quick, get the ring off, put it in my pocket. As I walk up, I hear him go, as long as that D-head Jeff isn't here. And I was like, put the ring right back on, whatever. And he starts laughing. He's like, it's me coming. There's good group of people down here, man. It's the first time that I really feel like a league official. Like I'm obviously come Saturday, I'm gonna have my Birds gear on and be ready to go. But I've been dealing with a lot of league stuff and trying to help make sure the game goes off as seamlessly as possible. So it's been a cool little adventure so far.
Can you, if you don't mind, can we see the room set up? Because I was told we got a nice. Oh, well, look. How about the view?
Yeah. I got a river view. Look at this.
Look at that. You and I have stayed in, 8, 10. That's the best view of any hotel that I can remember you and I staying at. Right? That is a beautiful. It is not the Cuban cats that were stray in Miami. It wasn't exactly like a back parking lot of wherever in the world we stayed in New Orleans, or Carrot Top wearing a woman's dress in Vegas. That is by far the best view we've had. I guess there wasn't a lot of competition reading off some of them there.
Well, the funny part is, so last night, obviously, we were hanging out at the bar. We stayed a little late. I'm known to finish my beverages pretty quickly. So that became a story. That was fun for everybody. But drunk Jeff came up here and laid out sober Jeff's clothes for the whole week. So when I woke up this morning and everything was shorts, underwear, t-shirt, pullover, hat, shorts, underwear, jeans. I was like, wow, drunk Jeff's really good to sober Jeff. That was really nice of you, drunk Jeff. Can you imagine if drunk Jeff and sober Jeff ever found a way to meet? The world would be a weird place.
Spider-Man meme all of a sudden. By the way, I caught the one before Brand New Day. The Spider-Man were all, spoiler alert, they're all in it. But I caught that halfway through the movie on vacation. We got back to the room. And my boys were like, just by chance, these are stories for later on, but they are amazed by how cable television works. That's a story for another day on this show. But they're like, Dad, we got to watch. I'm like, I don't know. They're too young, but nothing's happening. It's on cable. I know they're going to clean up any stuff that might. But trying to explain the plot line of that meme of hang on, there's different dimensions, doctors. Oh my gosh, man. Anyways, Let's go through the schedule here. We're going to talk a little bit about practice and all those things that people are interested in with cats and birds, Firebirds, and Nashville Cats. What does the rest of the week look like from your perspective? I'm talking media, awards, things like that.
Um, so tonight is like a greeting dinner. I think it's 6 or 7 o'clock our time down here in Nashville. So like all the owners who are coming in and everybody, they'll be getting here around that time. We'll get together, we'll talk, we'll set up, kind of let them know what the rest of the week is going to look like. Tomorrow, we're doing owners meetings, league meetings in the morning here at the hotel, and so we're at the DoubleTree in Clarksville, the FNM Bank Arena. If you walk out the front door of this hotel, you walk 600 feet, and you're in the loading dock for FNM. It's a great setup.
That's where the Cats play. That's where the Cats play, not
correct,
the Predators.
yes,
Okay,
yes, yeah, yep. They bounce between FNM and Bridgestone, but this FNM has become like the home of the Cats because again, it's an amazing setup the way they have it. Um, but so we'll do owners meetings and everything, and then I think 3 o'clock tomorrow, Tennessee time is media day. So we'll be over and we're gonna live stream some stuff for the league, and we'll Commissioner Fisher, CEO Kurz, football ops Compton. We'll talk about some of the league news. I know the owners from Austin are going to be here at some point. I don't know when they're getting here, but we'll probably get a chance to like really introduce them to people. And then Saturday is the day. It's 4 o'clock your time, 3 o'clock here, and we've been working on making sure the broadcast is as good as an Albany broadcast. No offense to the fine people here, but our broadcast team is better. Including you guys. So we've been working to get them the tools. They know what they're doing. They just didn't have all the tools they needed. So we got them the tools they needed, and we're gonna rock this thing. We're gonna have a blast. So
I'm excited for all those things. Just to clarify a few things, that media day coverage is going to be exclusive on. Shouldn't say exclusive. It's going to be on the AF1 channels in the Firebird. So it's not going to be here. You and I have a little different taping schedule tomorrow because of our obligations with everything going on. So we might have, again, for the second or third consecutive Friday, we get a little earlier release. We know how Friday summer schedules are for people. So with Friday shows, we try to put out a little bit earlier for everybody as they're, mowing their lawn, traveling, hitting the track, whatever it might be. So, and then Saturday, our hope, we're going to have something come out on Saturday previewing the Arena Crown. So a deeper dive into the game on Saturday. I hope it can be live, but as you just heard from Levack, a lot's happening between now and kickoff. Something will come out on Saturday before the game. How and when, the life of an executive that you have and a life of we will have something Saturday. So just hang with us. Stay with us. Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
so
then we'll have a lot of stuff with like Gary Compton and Jerry Kurz and everything tomorrow. We're gonna have some cool stuff for you. Jared, or as I call him, Peanut. He's a video maven. He's just been putting together all kinds of great content. So we're gonna have a bunch of stuff for you from down here. We were gonna have stuff today, but it's just been like you got to get everything done today so that you can flourish tomorrow. So the guys, I know somebody's gonna ask. The birds are almost here. They're on their way down. They'll be here a couple hours. Plenty of time to get some rest and be ready for media day. And the awards banquet is tomorrow night as well. Player of the year, coach of the year, mascot of the year, community of the year, all that stuff tomorrow. So, and I'm emceeing it this year. You emceed it last year. I'm emceeing it this year.
Good luck to you. Good luck. It is fun. It is fun. It can be a little nerve wracking. I had a new perspective on hosting an award show after that. But Saturday will be good.
You were set up to fail. I am not going to be set up to fail. You did fine. You did a good job, but there was no music. There was no this. There was no that. So literally sat downstairs with Peanut this morning and went through the entire thing. How we want to do, what we want to do, where we want to do it. He's already built videos and all that stuff. So I'm in a better. I have more tools at my disposal than you did a year ago.
As long as you could read fast or slow. It'll be fine. I'm excited to hear those awards and all that stuff. It'll be good. I'm getting excited. I know Firebird fans are excited. We'll talk more about the game coming up. Gosh, it feels like Saturday's just around the corner. We do get a little bit of football tonight, though.
Yeah, buddy.
NFL football is officially back. It's the Hall of Fame game tonight. These two teams will play the same amount of preseason games, but plus one. So everybody gets 3 preseason games. They play 4. I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers and Arizona Cardinals. The one thing I do love that the NFL does, and I've been saying this for years, I think it's an awesome thing, is that these teams who get that extra preseason game are selected because of the connection to Hall of Fame inductees from that upcoming class. So, for instance, Larry Fitzgerald's going in this year's class. Luke Kuechly's in this year's class. They decided it's going to be the Cardinals and the Panthers getting this one underway. Kenny Pickett gets to start. Levack, I want to ask about the game, but I'd rather play a quick little 2 truths or a lie that I texted you about an hour ago. 2 truths or a lie? 2 truths and a lie. It's not or. 2 truths and a lie.
It's a different game if you put the or in there.
That's right. Is it Kenny Pickett's real name is Kendall? Kenny Pickett is a Super Bowl champion, or I interviewed Kenny Pickett walking to a bathroom?
This is too easy because 2 of those happened in the same event. So the lie is Kendall. His name is not Kendall, and you did in fact harass and accost a now Super Bowl champion quarterback on his way to use the little quarterback's room.
That's exactly right. Kenneth is his real name. That was the Super Bowl played in New Orleans. That was the Chiefs and the Eagles in that one. Is that right? The Chiefs and the Eagles? And the season before, it was the Chiefs and the 49ers. We literally covered the same Super Bowl. We weren't at the one. That's right. We weren't at that one. But yes, that is true. Little hands, tiny hands. Look at him. They're very tiny.
The Whopper looks huge.
You've been saying this is the moment he was at Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett got that COVID seat in his final year in Pitt. First round pick by the Steelers. That's kind of the storylines I'm looking at. I know Arizona's getting dragged on social media over the last 2 days of how historically awful some of the plays have looked in their practices. Again, it's training camp storylines. I don't put much weight into that. Any storylines that jump out to you about this year's NFL football action taking place later tonight?
Well, I'm watching Michael Wilson, but I don't think we'll see him tonight. It is the quarterback battle. Carson Beck, can he be an NFL quarterback? I got to see some of the Pat McAfee show today. I don't usually get to watch very much of the PMS, but he pointed out if Beck throws the first pass, he might be the first player in history to throw the last pass in college football of the entire season and the first pass in the NFL of the entire season. I knew that's the kind of
I do love that.
Yeah, so I mean, let's be honest. We're starving, so it's not like this is a 5-star, 5-course Michelin star meal. This is a peanut butter and jelly on some slightly crusty bread, but we're starving, so we're gonna watch it. We're gonna have it on at the meetings and stuff. So, but it just a chance to see how some of these draft picks are gonna look is pretty much the big story.
When we were doing radio, we closed every show with Mohawk Chevrolet's Play of the Day. We talk about investing and wagering. If some of you are very invested in this game, I want you to call your friends and just check on them. Be like, we got a whole season left to go here. We got 20 weeks of football. Don't put too much money on your budget here on a late touchdown in the Hall of Fame game. I feel like it was 2 years ago. It was like a late cover in the Hall of Fame game. Yeah. Some weird stuff, right? We know the history of this game, weather, the field condition. Too many bizarre things have happened that you want to put money on this in the Hall of Fame game. Here's what I wish the Hall of Fame game would do. It's about as good as it can be for those reasons we talked about. The teams that they use and rookies are usually here. Yes, right? They're on a different space this year. So when I was a kid, I don't know if people are going to be shocked by this. I loved pro wrestling, right? I liked watching. But I remember, because I liked March Madness too, and I liked sports, I'm like, why don't the commentators or the broadcasters hype up the Cinderella stories in the Royal Rumble? Be like, oh my gosh, could you imagine if Goldust won the Royal Rumble? It would be the greatest upset. And I didn't realize why they never did that. But as I got older, I realized because when you're saying that, you're actually putting them down. That's why people don't want to be called Cinderellas anymore, because it's like, well, you guys really suck and you're terrible and you're awful. I can't believe you could even walk, let alone shoot, let alone. I never thought of it like that, but But I kind of wish the Hall of Fame game would give me that in the second half. I think about Malachi Jones for a Capital Region connection. Malachi Jones played in the Hall of Fame game as a member of the Chicago Bears. And this is not a shot at Malachi. I think it's an incredible compliment. He got to play in an NFL football game. He got a jersey that said his name on it. For the rest, Wade Hanson's another one. Wade Hanson played in the Hall of Fame game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wade Hanson's a kid from Tamarack, a small school. That might be it. Like, if you told me and Levack, you guys get one NFL down, it's the Hall of Fame game, and you're never going to sniff the NFL again, I would say, I got a jersey, and I got on the field with my name on, right? Like, I wish the broadcast would do something like that, because that would get me invested in those guys, but we'll see if they decided to swing it like that tonight.
I wish they would show us driving their FedEx route next week. It's a good job. It's tough to get. Tough job to get. You know, some of them are going to be finance pros. No, it's fun to pick on, but I'm definitely going to watch it. And like, yeah, did I bet the over? Sure, I bet the over. Yeah, I did. I know I'm going to sweat that out all night, but it's going to be fun. But yeah, it's football. We're happy to have it. Speaking of it's football, remember how was it the last show that I told you? I was like, that's arena football, guys. Like the John Sterling. It's become the catchphrase down here. Like even Gary Costin looked at me earlier today and went, "That's arena football, Jeff." I'm like, I'm getting shirts made.
Watching these like numbers for the podcast side too, we love people from AF1. I love arena football fans. I was looking at our numbers the other day. I'm like, some of these you can pinpoint, like, AF1 talk right there. Like, why are these downloads coming from Texas and Nashville? And yeah, you could make a T-shirt, put it on something down there. Just tag us in it if you want. We'll take the clicks and the downloads.
No, I'm making it. It's mine. Patent pending. I'm gonna call my boy Josh up at Rogue Logos. Let's get those shirts printed. That's arena football.
Well, go back and listen to past episodes of Levack and Goss if you're here for Arena Football 1 content and all the other content, because in our season preview for the NFL season, our guy Levack, spoiler alert, talked about his sleeper team in 2026 is the Indianapolis Colts. That can change when we get closer to Labor Day and we put our final submissions in, but his early peek at the schedule, he loved the Colts. And today, Jonathan Taylor got paid again. Remember, it wasn't too long ago where Jonathan Taylor, a few seasons ago, missed the first few weeks of the season. Some of you fantasy football people, me included, loved that because he got him a little later in drafts and keeper leagues. He signs a 2-year, $44 million extension today, 39 guaranteed, third highest ever for a running back in the history of the league. This guy, Jonathan Taylor, to me, has become flat out one of my favorite players in the NFL. Not best, like guys I root for because of fantasy football. I like Josh Allen. I like Lamar Jackson. Those guys are entertaining and fun and all that. Baker, I kind of have adopted him. Mike Evans is out of the box. I love me some Jonathan Taylor. Levack, you just heard me confess my love for 28, rocking the horseshoe. What do you make of this contract involving JT 28?
This is his third contract already, right? I think this
is. Yep, he got that contract where it was that weird holdout thing he was doing, and they eventually signed him. Then he got this one. I think the third one you're referencing is the rookie deal, so that would have been three.
Right. Yeah. So you got his rookie deal. You got the holdout deal, and now he gets the 2-year extension. You get the Bijan Robinson situation. Gibbs is about to get paid. All the people who are like, the running back is out of fashion, out of style, and is not going to get paid anymore. It's a cycle. Here it comes. Now the running backs are getting paid. So good for these guys. There's always, whenever a guy gets or doesn't get a contract, I'm always that guy who goes, okay, how's that going to affect their play? Because a huge story in Tampa is that they're not giving Baker Mayfield a deal. They're not giving Vita Vea a deal. They're not going to trade the guys. They're not going to do this. Like, are they going to perform? Are they going to play the way they're supposed to play? You don't know. A guy like Jonathan Taylor, we've already seen him get paid. We saw him be super productive. So I don't think this affects him. If you're like Gaz and you were going to take him very high in your fantasy football drafts, I think you still do it. If you're like me and you're looking at potential futures with the Colts, for the AFC and stuff, I think you still do it. I think the Colts are showing this new business mentality that we're hearing the kids are bringing to the table that, after Irsay passed. So, and this is a business move, and their best player now has been rewarded as such.
Ding, ding, ding. That should be it right there. The last thing you said, and I don't know how often NFL teams are just going to flat out be stubborn or they're actually going to do it. Who's the best player on our team? And you could quantify that how you want. Best player, most outstanding player, most valuable player. because Jonathan Taylor fits a lot of those for the Colts, and that's why this is a bigger deal than just Indianapolis. It's our NFL team's going to sit down and be like, the running back's our best guy. We have to pay him. Saquon Barkley went through this. Josh Jacobs went through it. James Cook went through that. Those guys on those rosters that are competitive. My gosh, Indianapolis was 8-2 last year. 8-2, 10 games into the season. They were a lock in a loaded South. And I say loaded because it was true in the end. You had 2 double-digit win teams come out of the South, and one won a playoff game, and the other one was competitive, where it became a really good division. So I love this. Jonathan Taylor, let's just say for those 2 years he's there, right? Let's say he runs for 1,200 yards on average in those 2 seasons, okay? He would have then 10,000 rushing yards in his career. Less than 35 guys in the history of the NFL have hit the 10K mark. It's a hell of a career. All with the same team, by the way, too. That's even a little bit more rare. We get all 10,000 with one team. So he is that important. And some of these other guys here, who we talk about the best player or best offensive player or best running back in the NFL, we got some questions this year. Like, I think we both like Jahmyr Gibbs, but it wasn't too long ago when people wondered who in the world he even was out of Alabama. And is he ready to take on the load without Knuckles? Is Sonic ready to do it? You look at a guy like Bijan Robinson, who we talked about yesterday. He got paid, but he's got a new head coach. He's got a new quarterback. He's got some wide receivers and tight. Is he the guy? McCaffrey gets hurt. Did Barkley have an argument can be made across the board of what the running back position looks like in the NFL, but I love this guy. And you're right. Whatever draft leagues we're doing, I'm going to overdraft him, and I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, you think about how amazing he is, right? So he's still, I think he's 27 years old. He's got his 3rd contract. He's getting paid heavily for being a running back. He was a complete difference maker last year. And then to think it all started on home improvement. And, he dropped the last name and became a large black man and became a great running back. So I think, working with Tim Allen, Tim Allen goes on to become Buzz Lightyear. That's
right. Yes.
And now here's Jonathan Taylor, running wild to the bank. Good for him.
That's right. Good. A lot of football talk here in August. Levack, have you heard about the drama involving North Carolina and the Tar Heel football program?
Is this the nipple piercing? Is this
okay? No, it's not.
Okay.
You know what? I guess I have to lead with the nipple piercing. Let's start there with the nipple piercing.
That's what I've seen, right? That's been discussed down here, is that Bill Belichick potentially has a nipple piercing. And why am I not shocked if he does? Because it just like the 20-something-year-old girlfriend, the walk of shame on the ring cam, like nipple piercing feels, it feels like the tip of the iceberg, the tip of the nipple iceberg. I bet you he's got a Prince Albert. I bet you any money that dude's got. He looks like one of those freaking extras from Dodgeball when he's not coaching with his sleeveless hoodie on.
According to the internet, according to social media, the social media platform X, the nipple pierced photo of Bill Belichick has been doctored. It has been edited. It is not real. It is AI. Now,
there's a chain that links them if you actually see the original photo.
I probably should have done this a little bit better because I think people are like, yeah, the nipple piercing, I do believe. If we had made a quick list of since August 2025, the things that have happened involving North Carolina football, involving Jordan Hudson and all the things, small sample of what you just said there, like just listed them, like Jordan Hudson did this. North Carolina did this, and then you just threw a nipple piercing. It's probably not at the top. You know, it's 6th, 7th on the list or something. I don't know where it is, but no. The nipple piercing is not what I want to talk about. Their general manager, Michael Lombardi, is on administrative leave. Michael Lombardi, who I actually thought he did a nice job on radio. I'm pretty sure it's the same Michael Lombardi. I almost know it is. He is effectively on leave. He did not disclose details as to why he's on leave. Remember, the team kicks off in later this month, by the way. They have that Dublin game against TCU. They said it's from a, quote, human resources complaint filed by a former UNC front office employee. There's a pending investigation into the matter. Now, again, take social media for what it is. We were also told that Bill Belichick had a nipple piercing. Some have gone and looked at the Instagram account of Michael Lombardi, and they feel like he had been potentially rolling up in the DMs of 20-somethings. People felt like they He didn't realize people couldn't see that interaction on Instagram. Liking a certain girl's post and commenting on the post. That's social media. That also could be doctored. But wait, there's more.
More.
Steve Belichick, who is the son of Bill Belichick, has now taken an absence from the team as well. Now, this has been cited as a medical reason as to why the other Coach Belichick is not there. Again, disclosing details. No idea as to why the younger Belichick is not there, but you've got this right. The GM of the team, not there. The defensive coordinator, not there. Jordan Hudson, still trying to take out Pablo Torre. Bill Belichick, we're still not quite sure if he's a very good college football coach or what in the world happened in New England. Levack, we thought we had drama in 25. Is this even more drama in 26? And is Belichick done after this season?
You've been trying to make him done before he even took the job, so I can't.
That's right.
I can't take you serious on that. This is completely believable to me that he is creeping into DMs on young women. Your boy is doing it. You know what I mean? Like Belichick's probably telling him how much fun he's having, and like because we all, and not we all, because I don't really care, but a lot of people are making fun of Belichick because he's dating this girl and what would they have in common and all this other stuff. What do you do in those situations? You go to your boy and you go, bro, you're not gonna believe how great it is. Like she's so mature beyond her age and blah blah blah. And this and we have the great boom boom and now I'm getting my nipple pierced. Like, so if you're Lombardi, you're getting these conversations about how great it is to be with a 20-something-year-old. You probably are like, let me give it a swing. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty hip. I'm with it. Like I completely believe it happened. Like that's the one thing. Women always have the worst confidence. Not always, but usually have the worst confidence with us. And men, we are overly confident in ourselves. Like somehow you got Jordan. You know what I mean? Like that's like ridiculous. Like, and I used to like I had this conversation today because you know me, I have to tell everybody everything. The way this bathroom is set up, it's a full mirror when you're in the shower. You can see everything. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm single. Oh, I forgot. I'm gross. But like, I guarantee that he was creeping. I guarantee it. And to be honest with you, like, if I started dating a 20-something-year-old chippy, I guarantee some of our friends would be like, I could also do a 20-something-year-old chippy. Like, it's, idiot see, idiot do. That's. I guarantee that. I guarantee it's all real. I guarantee it.
And to take it a little further, he's probably like, how do I talk to a 20-something-year-old? Hey, Coach Bill, what works on Jordan? Oh, let me try that line. Oh, that worked. Guys and girls, we've all had that happen, right? With a group of friends, either way, like, oh, you're talking to some girl, try to say this to her, see what she says. Hey, try to say this. Now, look, that's usually for younger people in college and in high school, usually not for girls. But maybe some single people, like, he's like, what do you mean she filed an HR complaint against me? It worked on the other girl. There's also another part of me, and you've mentioned the past criticism I had of this thing, that it's just not what they signed up for or thought it was going to be. Like, hey, the way I coached a team in 2004 or coached athletes or coached professionals or set up an organization, this would obviously work in college. Well, what you did in the NFL in 2004 may not be what the NFL is like in 2024. It may not be what college was in 2004 and 2014 because of NIL and budgets and money and all this other stuff. It's just like, hey, I could have been good at this at one point, but I'm not. Yeah, that's probably it. Like, stuff changes. People are good for certain areas of certain things. My gosh, we could do this about sports, business, movies, everything. Like, you were really good in your time, and now the time's moved on. Now it's time to go. They're gonna.
How dare you? I'm still good.
I'm with it. I'll tell you what, you are definitely not in that mix. As people now, I've seen these August birthdays roll around. I'm telling people like, yeah, Levack's going to Disney for his birthday coming up. They're like, oh, how's Levack going to be? And I say your age, like, what? I thought he was in his mid-30s. I'm like, yeah, see, there you go. So yeah, you do not fit that category of that. But he's going to stink. I would not be shocked if he doesn't finish the season. I'm talking about Bill Belichick.
I'm just at this point though, like unless you're going to win, why would you? Like, why would you continue to go through all this crap? Love of the game. No, screw that. Like, you love winning. Like, that's if he has no chance of winning, if I was him, I'd get the hell out of there because he's not even being appreciated. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm with you. I think this whole how are we talking this much about North Carolina football? Like, is Lawrence Taylor back? Like, that's the only Like that's the last time I really think I cared about North Carolina football. So whatever. Let's move. Good. Uh, we're on to Cincinnati. He might be
Before
the
we,
coach of Cincinnati. It could. I mean,
it
everybody's calling
could.
for Zach Taylor's job. So
Before we're actually giving you a little bonus story here. We usually give you 5 stories on our daily shows. Before we get to our next couple stories here, let me tell you about our friends at Mohawk Honda. It's Mohawk Honda where they always go out of their way to please you. We are finalizing our Monday show. Levack and I will be back at Mohawk Honda in Glenville, New York. We will be on site, our first time being on site in this wild world of digital. Shout out to our guy Nate, who gave us some really nice, kind words about getting ready for the show on Monday. Shout out to Greg Johnson. I got to talk to him. I know he has a favorite vacation spot. I just left. So shout out to him, Lindsay Harrington, all the wonderful people over there. Ava shot me a text today over at Mohawk Honda as well. I was like, wait a second. Talking about the Odyssey, potentially some deals going on at Mohawk Honda. We'll tell you more about it as well. And don't forget, hygiene. Bring in some hygiene products to Mohawk Honda. They're having a drive for people in the capital region for looking at those products. So if you're looking to help out some local charities, some local people across the 518, bring in your hygiene products. I'm going to bring some as well. Waiting for Levack to tell me you need those guys. You're not the person.
no, I'm me. Like it's
okay.
it's 85 and muggy down here. Like I just took 2 little travel deodorants. I taped them under my arms and I just clicked them up a little bit. I stole that joke. I don't remember the comedian, but I stole it.
A little easy on the air fresheners. Their kid is at the Mohawk, or not the Mohawk Honda. Took the Tommy Boy joke there, right? Yeah. It's Mohawk Honda. We'll be broadcasting there live this Monday. Mohawk Honda.
I'm very busy.
We will be doing a show at Mohawk Honda on Monday. Where they always go out of the way for you.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Like, have you ever heard the joke, like, I'm not famous enough to die in a small airplane crash? Like, I've said that to you before, right?
Yes.
So if you put me and a bunch of people that I work with on my other job in a small plane, would we cumulatively be famous enough? Like, should I be concerned? Because there's rumors that I'm flying back with Mr. Gelcher.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did not know
and
that.
Andy and his
Ooh.
ultimate generosity is like Levack. A bunch of us are gonna I'm not positive about it yet, but it looks. I'm a little nervous, but I may not be there Monday. Just so you know, just so we're clear.
Oh, okay. Well, the game is. Wait, hang on a second. The game is
Saturday.
Saturday.
And then
I don't want.
But I mean, we might just go like island hopping. I mean, you know.
Oh, okay. That's what
bros, just a bunch
I was
of
going to
bros.
say. I didn't know how many people were on that plane. I assumed far less than more people on that plane. A certain style of riding that you've never done, right? Are we talking?
I've never done this before. This will be my first time.
Whoa! Drop right off on the roof at Honda. Just right there. That's how I would do it. That's right. I don't know if Aaron Judge has ever rode in style like that before, but he's talked to the media about his status going forward for the rest of the season. Judge yesterday on his status, quote, "Oh, I'll be back this season. I don't know why I wouldn't be. That was always the plan to come back sooner than later, definitely, but I never had a thought of not playing this season." Aaron Judge hasn't played since May 31st, though, because of that stress fracture in his right rib. Wasn't too long ago in May, they said Judge would only be out 2 months, and here we now sit on August 6th, and light activity, nothing baseball-related has still happened for Judge. Levack, does Judge's comments make you more excited, optimistic, pessimistic, or no response from Big 99's thoughts today and yesterday?
I think if we were in a normal time, maybe he doesn't come back. But considering the fact that we're probably looking at maybe a half of a season next year with the CBA, maybe less. There's at least a chance that there's less baseball next year or no baseball next year. I think he'll come back. And then to have Lombard come out and it'd be great. You know, like the young guys are coming up and performing. Yeah, I think he wants to be back. Like he's not that dude who's being patient about getting healthy. If anything, they're going to have to put the brakes on him. But again, because there's a chance that like there's a layoff or a lockout or anything next year, I think he'll definitely play at least some baseball this year.
I want him to play. I'm an Oriole fan. I want Aaron Judge to play. I'm now at the point here with Aaron Judge, and this is a longer conversation. This might be an evergreen Levack and Guys special episode as we get closer to the postseason for the Yankees and everything else. But thinking about like New York athletes, you can throw college in there if you want, but I'm thinking like New York athletes. I don't know if I feel more cheated out of what could have been than Aaron Judge's career. He is awesome, right? He's a fantastic player. We know about how great he's been. He's won the MVP. He's put up historic numbers. just quickly through his stats, right? When Judge has been healthy in some top tier Judge seasons, 52 home runs, 114 RBIs. That was 2017. 62 home runs and 131 RBIs in 2022. 58 home runs and 144 RBIs in 24. 53 home runs and 114 RBIs in 25. Those are, you stack those up. Like if you put those against like Sosa, McGuire, Bonds, and I'm not alluding to that. What I'm saying is like those are all-time great numbers of players of the last 25 to 30 years. Pujols is in that conversation too. Other guys are like A-Rod's in that conversation too. Gosh, I'm running through those athletes. I'm still noticing that trend there. Anyways, but then you get seasons where you get like 9 home runs, 4 home runs. I mean, my gosh, he had 17. He's barely played this season. I feel almost cheated. They're like, my gosh, if Aaron Judge was healthy, if Aaron Judge, like what could we have seen in a 7 or 8 year healthy stretch of Aaron Judge? I know I kind of veered off on that discussion with Judge, but I want to see him back because I feel like not just New York fans, but just like sports in general, this guy could have been and still is an all-time great player, but it could have even been more when this guy was on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when hearing you say that, all I could really think about was Bo Jackson. You know what I mean? Which obviously was even more of a limitation of what he could have been because of that hip injury. But yeah, I think we forget though, like it started that way where Judge was hurt all the time. Then it was okay. Then it wasn't. Then you know what I mean? Like he actually went a long time where he was playing a bunch of games. I think it's magnified by the fact that they're so pedestrian at the plate without him, and Stanton's hurt at the same time, and he hasn't been super productive in the postseason. So like, I think that's why you kind of become nostalgic for a guy who's still playing while he's playing. You know, it's so it's I just got like 6 texts about things I had already fixed. Like I literally, and it's on my laptop, so I just keep seeing them come across. Yeah, so I think it's interesting because again, I think he plays this year at least a little bit. I think he's going to play another 5 years at least. So we're going to see plenty of them, but we're already nostalgic for what we're going to miss from Judge. It's very interesting.
Yes, it is, and look, he didn't give a target date back. He didn't say when he was coming back, so he was probably covering himself because the New York media would probably try to jump all over me. Like, oh, you said you're going to make this new. Why did you come back? Obviously, that's what they would do. And I'm pretty sure I quantified, or at least I qualified. I'm using a lot of keywords today. Say hurt my brain. That I said my lifetime as a New York athlete, because if we did like past our lifetimes, Mickey Mantle's probably in that conversation too. Willis Reed's probably in that conversation too. Like both players have suffered injuries. Mickey Mantle in particular, just like athletes that I saw, covered, watched, rooted for, all those things. And also, by the way, on the other side of the Mets, I want to make sure I get his name right. Jeffrey Yan or Joffrey Yan, however you want to handle those Polish J's and Y's for you. Did you see his celebration last night?
Yes.
My gosh.
And then I watch everybody clutch their pearls and drop on their fainting couch. It's supposed to be fun. What are we doing? Calm down. He didn't shoot anyone. We're okay. Now we'll find out like he shot someone. But like, it's just people need to freaking breathe, bro. As Gaz will tell you, go touch some freaking grass.
Mets interim manager Andy Green. It's real stuff. It's really impressive. Get out load of bases jam. Get that first punch out. Get excited. He deserves that. That's right. His first strike. Yay! Go crazy. Get excited. You know, I felt a little Grammatica to me. For those who remember that kicker in the NFL when he hit. It felt a little like that.
A little twitchy.
Yeah. There's one part of me. You know what? Gosh, you know what? Another life of comparison is going to happen here. Day 3 of practice is coming up as I'm coaching up the youngsters here in flag football in Central New York. And at some point it's coming up where I'm going to have to teach the kids like how to act after you score a touchdown. And we already had the drills. We're doing the pursuit drill yesterday. And when a kid would beat a kid, they would dance. And I'm like, you know what? These kids are having fun. It's hot out here, man. You can dance if you want to, as long as you don't show up your teammate. But all these conversations are going to happen. But the answer is going to be, hey, act like you've been there before as a pro athlete. He'd never been there before. These 5 and 6 year olds have never been there before. Barry Sanders got that end zone a lot. He can do the I'm going to act like I've been here before. Pros should act different than high school kids and 6 and 7 year old flag football players and everything else. But I didn't have an issue with it either. I don't think he was showing the other guy up. If he's trying to like point at him and then do like a crotch chopper, I think he's like, I'm in Major League Baseball. I got to strike out. This is like the moment I've wanted my whole life.
What? But I mean, what is baseball? At the end of the day, baseball is a game. It's a game. Last I heard, you play games to have fun. Now, yes, you're making millions of dollars to play that game, whatever, but it's entertainment for the rest of us. The reason these guys make the money they make is we are entertained by them when we watch them. If that's the end of you, is, I think your point is 100% on. If he's throat slashing and pointing at people and he's making it about like showing up the guy instead of just celebrating his own achievement, that's different. But I have zero issue, and mind you, if let's say it was it's a game, end of August, early September, and if the Yankees win, they take the East, and if they lose, the Sox or the Rays take the East, and he does that to one of the Yankees, it's gonna piss me off. But that's fun too. It's still theater, so it's again, touch some grass, stop clutching your pearls. Stop being so saft.
One bonus story here involves some changes, and this would have owned, and maybe it will, some Saratoga coverage and Capital Region sports coverage involving the changes that are on the way to the 2027 horse racing format. The Triple Crown format we've known for years was the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Well, we've seen in back-to-back years the winner of the Kentucky Derby skip the Preakness and then go on to win the Belmont and not win the historically known Triple Crown. Well, according to these recent reports and announcements, beginning in 2027, the organization, NYRA, in Churchill Downs Incorporated, will launch the Thoroughbred Championship Series. This will become a 6-race schedule that starts with the Kentucky Derby and ends with a new championship race in September. In this 6-race field, the Preakness is not included, which some people are wondering, what does that mean? Does that mean the Preakness is going to stay in its regular spot? Is the Preakness going to move? Is the Preakness going to get added? They again are not in Kentucky or New York, so that hasn't been added to this. David O'Rourke, who's the president and CEO of NYRA, said this: the series is designed to showcase the sport's best 3-year-olds across a season-long championship, elevating our biggest events and creating the next generation of fans. It's expected to include the Kentucky Derby, then this is the schedule it's laid out right here: the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont, a race called the Matt Winn Stakes in Churchill Downs, the Jim Dandy and the Travers, both at Saratoga, and then the championship race at Churchill Downs. Levack, this is some historic stuff here for the 3-year-olds in horse racing. What is your reaction to hearing this new format on the way?
Why aren't we just adding? You know what I mean? Why aren't we just it's still the Triple Crown? Why aren't we still doing the Triple Crown and then we can have a championship series too? Is that we're not? This doesn't replace the Triple Crown, right?
That's what they're saying. They're saying if the Preakness isn't there, the Preakness isn't included. Now, could somebody who's a trainer say, I'm going to run in the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont and skip the series? That's very plausible. These trainers could do that. Can you make something prestigious? This has a little NBA Cup feel to it, but the NBA Cup feels a little bit more prestigious after, I believe, the Knicks and Spurs played it and then got to the finals. It doesn't feel like a playoff format that college football has added or expanded playoff formats like other sports have added. This feels like a true shakeup. Like, whether it's Brian Mariano or Andrew Champagne or Matthew DeSantis, some of the horse racing guys we know and cover the sport, I wonder if their take would be something along the lines of, what else are they supposed to do? The trainers said no to the Preakness back-to-back. This would be like, for a team comparison, you didn't go to your playoffs. Like, hey, we won our league title, but we just didn't want to play for the playoffs and claimed we're the best, but we got put to the Super Bowl. Even out loud, that was a stupid comparison. But it's hard to figure it out because they just didn't want to play. They said, okay, if you don't want to play, that's not good for the sport. How do we make you guys come out and play? You want more rest between races? Here you go. I don't love it either, at least on the site of maybe we were just due for a change and this is the best they could do. It's I don't like change, and you know that.
Yeah, I did. It's funny. I think the one thing that did kick into my head was how they talked about how, we weren't getting Triple Crown as much because they were letting the horses rest and things like that. So I I guess I could be convinced this makes more sense in modern science if that's the goal, is to get better horses healthier running in bigger races. Then I whether I like change or I don't like change, because I'm like you, like I'm still going to call it the Triple Crown. At least then I'm going to be in a position where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to argue. You got it. You're right. Healthy horse got you. Yeah, me stupid, you smart. You big, me small. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess when you talk it through, the science of it, it makes sense. But it's what, like, Dave O'Rourke, he's Naira, right?
Yep.
So he's the one speaking on behalf of it.
So he is the NYRA president. So him plus Churchill Downs. So it's just Kentucky and New York. So as of right now, no other states have been involved in this championship series.
And Maryland, is the Preakness back yet, or is it still?
Yep. I believe they plan on running it at that new location in 27. Like the Santa Anita Derby is not involved here. Nothing involved in the other premier races, the Breeders' Cup here. Nothing involved
what about
there.
The one you win every year, the Breeders' Cup? Is that?
They're not mentioned in this press release.
Are you guys pregnant yet?
No, we are not. No, we are not.
Right. Why'd you look over your shoulder like that?
I wanted to see if there was a spread. I don't know if there was. No, she's not. She's not with child.
All right.
Yeah. You know what I kind of think it's like too? It's like bowl games too. It's like bowl games were very prestigious, and some bowl games have been able to keep their prestige. Like some of these races will keep their prestige and tradition and everything else, and others don't. Stuff just changes. Stuff evolves.
Yeah.
Stuff moves on.
Yep. Love is giving something or other. I don't know. Whatever.
Love is patient. Love is
kind
or blind.
Yeah. The other saying is that Tom Nolte gets mad at when you say it wrong.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's all I have for this edition of Levack and Goss.
Yeah. Like died. Now that we're not on the radio, like Tom
Nolte's
a podcast guy, right? He doesn't. There's no way Tom Nolte realizes we still have any kind of content out there, right? Like he's home microwave.
He asked me how to help him, and if he listens to this, I will help him. I'm not sure if it's easy for him. Imagine he just jumped ship and he's like calling Roger or Charlie right now.
Hey Charlie, hey, how you doing? I found out.
I hope not.
Something. This is weird. There's a Greg Pogue, my buddy down here, the one who he's the GM for the Cats. He rents his time on the radio. He buys it. So he's like years ago they offered me money to do it, and instead I gave them money to do it because now I'm in complete control of everything. I do what I want, and I sell all the sponsorships and I do all the stuff myself and whatever. I'm like, maybe that's a future avenue for you and I, where we just go into one of our former stations and go, here's a check, now leave me alone.
Here's what I would say to that. I don't know what Greg's setup is, so I'm going to play a little naive. There was a show called Bud and the Man-Child, and the Man-Child show in Central New York that did that. There was a show called, Guys in San Antonio we know. I don't know if I want to call out the name of the show in San Antonio, but we saw them every year during the Super Bowl down there. Yeah. The glasses, right?
Yeah.
That was a great idea in like 2005. But I feel like if you've got a good enough following on this side, why give anybody your money? I don't know. But you're right. There's two different audiences. Like you brought up Tom Nolte. There's an audience that might only listen to you ever on the radio. There's an audience here that's probably never listened to us once on the radio and only listens on the podcast side. There's an audience here that only watches our shorts. So that is a hard juggling act for sure.
You know what? For that audience, I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I can't find them. I don't know. I had a pair of shorts right here.
Ooh, what is this going to be?
I was going to show you my shorts. I was going to
hear. Oh, look at this Spotify and Apple audience. Look at this. That's some leg, baby. I'm going to make that the thumbnail. Look out.
There it is. You like our shorts? I'll give them to you.
Hey.
That's it. And by the way, don't forget Under Armour, sponsor and my underwear. So
that is your underwear.
Yeah. Again, drunk Jeff laid out all my clothes for the week last night. It was very nice of him. All right, I got to. Christy McEwen's calling me. She's important. I got to go deal with her.
Call, take that. We will talk early tomorrow morning. We have 2 early shows coming over the next 2 days, and I'll see you.
I'm on Pix 106 tomorrow. How's that?
Whoa!
Go?
I want you to start ripping everybody at iHeart. Let me tell you about the no goods at that building. If
Let
there's
me
anyone
talk to
left.
you. let me talk to you. Quinn and Cantera, if that is your names, you come over here and you do your classic rock and your bits on the air, and then you call Jeff Levack looking for a ratings bump. Well, here I am. I've been hanging. I'm getting
Let
ready
me
for
talk to you. That's right. That's good.
I got
That's
Jeff
good.
Jarrett and Miguel from Washington. So I got some pro wrestlers I got to do. I'm gonna have drinks with tonight. So
Ooh.
I gotta get limber. I gotta get ready. I should have brought my kendo stick.
You know
Let
what?
him in the chair.
I'm gonna hit the button.
Hit the freaking button.
All right, I'm gonna do it.